Hello, hello everyone. Hello. Um, I okay. So I started playing Stardew Valley again yesterday with a friend. Um, Sadly, Sai cannot play with me again today. So I decided that I shall play by myself so that I can get better. Rah! Because I am so rusty. I have no clue why it is loading so slow today. Hello. Hi, I'm Andy. Do let me know if anything is too loud or too quiet. I'm trying to get better at it. Well, I do a little dance. And then but hi everyone. I'm trying to get better at playing Stardew Valley because I want to play more with my friend. Let's see. I can make myself in this. I didn't want to bother setting up my VTuber model today. However, um, is today Saturday or Sunday? Today is Saturday. Um, I will be words, please. Oh my, there's so many shirts. This one hurts. I think my hair color needs to be darker. Oh no, that's not good. I'm sorry, that really sucks. You should probably eat something. That would probably be better for you. What should I name my farm? I'm gonna name it the circus. Clowns. I want a black cat. Oh no! I forgot to select my farm! No! No! I'm stuck with the base farm. I wanted the forest. They did add more cat options. They have so many cat options. Hello? Why was I was just swinging in my bed. Okay. I got seeds. Thank you, Mayor Louis. Apparently. And so they haven't had massive updates, I don't think. But I don't know. I'm relearning how to play it because I want to be better when I play with my friends. I used to be kind of scared of clowns. But then I became one as a scare actor and I stopped being scared of them, and now I really like clowns. Clowns are legitimately one of my favorite things, which is part of why my theme as a VTuber is being the ringleader of a circus. And so, I had chicken tenders from the store today. They were yummy. Alright, I'm gonna... Hello? Alright, I have 15, so I'll do 5 by 3. Not all clowns are sad. That's probably more so a mime, but even mimes aren't sad all the time. I gotta plant parsnips so I can make money. We love Tragic Clan from The Sims. Honestly, not even kidding, I was considering playing The Sims before this. I was gathering some mods to play, but I'm not sure how well my laptop would handle it with streaming. Hi, I need to talk to more people. I know. I'm doing my best. I'm doing my best. I don't know. All I know is that the first thing that I need is wood because I'm gonna inevitably want to make a chest. Because I always end up filling up my inventory. I'm halfway to a chest already. Well, almost halfway to a chest. Man. Now you're gonna have 505 stuck in my head. Gosh. And so, but I'm just kind of vibing right now. Yeah, the issue is since I use like a PNG tuber or a VTuber, I do have to have multiple programs open. And so that's part of the reason why I'm only PNG tubing today is because it's less programs. And so I'm just a guy. I'm just a guy. Oh, my energy is already low. It's just like real life. It's 10:40 and my energy is already low. Currently I'm using VDouble, just because I'm too lazy to set up any of the other ones. I've been working on separating a model for the other ones, but separating things is such a pain. VDouble is nice just because I only need 4 images. Hi, Abigail! Hi, Abigail. I love you, Abigail. Should probably get some beans. Beans. Hello? Hi, Marine. And so, I don't normally, well, like, ideally I wouldn't use VDouble. I think it's either PNG Plus, or PNG, I don't know. Normally I prefer to use my VTuber model because I spent so long on that thing. Subway can be tasty. I'm not personally a big fan of Subway. But you know what? Hell yeah. Hello, Cleorza? Let me know if I'm saying that incorrectly. I apologize. Um, Hello, Elliot. Man, I miss my mod that replaced Elliot with Astarion. Alrighty, hi Cleo. I'm trying to be good about remembering everyone's names. I've been doing pretty good so far. I might be here too early. Okay, yeah, he's back tomorrow. Um, but yeah, generally I prefer to use my VTuber model. But when I use my VTuber model, I like to also use VBridger with it. Because it makes my model look nicer. Elliot would serve as a drag queen. Okay, I'm gonna head back to my farm and I'm gonna plant these beans and I'm gonna chop down more trees. Because well, first I'm gonna, okay, there are no goodies. Because I'm going to want a chest, and I'm going to want a chest sooner rather than later. Because I fill up my inventory way too quickly. Hello? Hello, beans. I feel like a lot of characters in this game would make good drag queens, though. I like the tree chopping sound. I have enough for a chest. Yay. Okay. Oh shit, I have to water my beans. This is gonna go right here. I'm gonna water my beans, and then I'm probably gonna be pretty close to being. Oh, I have no clue how much anything in this game takes up energy. Um, I don't like where this tree is. I The scythe and the sword don't take up energy? Oh, okay. That's interesting. You'd think that those two would also take up energy, especially considering how much energy. Wait, why does using a watering can take up more energy than using a scythe does? Because if you've ever seen, hi Seal, if you've ever seen like a scythe being used in real life, they're like a pain in the butt to use. There we go. I like the way the characters hold the items. I think it's so fun. Well, like the upgrade to the watering can makes sense to me because like if you're getting a different watering can, then then you're probably getting a bigger one. I quite like my plain clippers. Oh, it's a good thing I accidentally hoed too much dirt because that means that I can put these seeds down. I'm doing so good. I'm gonna get distracted so quickly and I'm gonna forget to water all of my plants. So do please keep me on top of that and make sure that I do remember to water my plants. I'm just using a PNG tuber for today since I don't want to risk overrunning my computer. However, I am getting a new laptop on Monday, and so I'm really excited. Hello? My PNG, my VO2 froze. It's stuck. Hello? Okay, sorry, it got stuck for no reason. Yeah, but I'm really excited because I should be getting a better laptop on Monday. My current specs, everyone asked me this. Let me pull them up in settings. I always forget what they are. Yeah, I just use the old one because I don't want to bother splitting up. I'm really excited for the new laptop because it's kind of better. But currently, hello, please run. 11th gen Intel processor, I have 12 gig of RAM. Trying to think. I'm on Windows 11. Uh-oh. Oh no. Is this better? Ah, wait. What the heck is going on? What's ah? Oh, my desk. I have food. I'm sorry. Oh, I opened. I opened up. Yeah, I just have. Oh no. What the heck is going on? Okay, so hello? Okay, so that's working. OBS, are you mad at me? Hold on a second. Sorry, guys. Let's check my stats. Okay. 11th. Oh, yeah, no, it's mad at my. It was mad at me for opening up more stuff. I made the devious decision of opening up settings on my laptop. But I have an 11th gen Intel Core processor, if I remember correctly, and I have ew, we're not talking to Clint. I'm just talking to people to talk to people. Hi, Emily. Hi, Gus. I wish I could date Harvey. Let me at him, please. And then I have 12 gigabytes of RAM, and so it's really odd amounts, I've heard. Okay, I will look into that. And so I will look into that after stream. I I will keep my eye out and hopefully I'll remember. Uh, where are my sticky notes? I'm gonna sleep really quick so that I have more energy. I'm gonna grab my sticky notes. Because if I have my sticky notes. I'm back with my sticky notes so that I can make a note. I have a Dr. Pepper. Wait, what? Hold on a sec. Oh, that is a really sad amount of RAM. Even I know that. I don't know. All I know is that Potato, another one of my viewers, is sending me a better laptop for free, and I'm incredibly grateful and so excited because my current one is just an older HP laptop that I got from my father. Potatoes is great. I'm so happy. Alright, I will be right back. I'm gonna grab water. I should make that a channel routine because I'm really bad about that stuff. Oh, I forgot that time continues in the game. Whoops. Nox, I will definitely consider it. I currently have a pre-built back home, and so I can't wait to go back home to it. Hi Willy! I love Willy. There's a joke there. I said that exact thing yesterday. Yeah, no, Cleo, I get that. Money is rough. Money is the evil. Gayville Farm. In Gayville Farm, we don't really have a need for money. We just kind of vibe. You know what? Hell yeah, we love a tricycle. Let's see. I need my plants to start growing quicker so that I can make money. Hi, Haley. I could try and get better at fishing, but I don't think that's gonna happen. I was considering re-adding the mod that skips the fishing game. I'm skipping the cutscene, sorry, Willy. But like, you can see how bad I am. I'm really good at that part of it. See, I'm really bad at the fishing game. Come back! Oh. I mean, some might say that's average. E-trikes are so cool. My grandma has one. Alright, I'll try fishing one more time. Because I have space for one more thing. But otherwise... Oh. Sorry, I'm so used to Minecraft fishing, which once I get my new laptop, I will absolutely be playing Minecraft on stream. Oh. You can put whatever you want on your profile. I want to catch one more fish. I'm so bad at this though. Fuck! I'm I'm used to Minecraft fishing where it goes under and immediately. Huh? Yeah, just stay there, stay there, stay there. Yay! Jesus Christ! How was that one a silver star and that one not? Oh, am I gonna Hi, Willy! Wait, do you make more money? Do you make more money selling the fish at night or selling them directly to Willy? You put the picture up on your grinder and you're like, the hoe's gonna love this. Hi, Pierre. I come to buy your seed. I don't know how this game works very well. fishing. The hoe's gonna love this. I'm also really excited because soon I'm gonna be doing Summerthon. Um, for luck, and I'm really excited because I may or may not be planning on doing a partial face reveal. I'm going with the strategy of no one can dox me if I dox myself first. I don't care for shark fishing because I really like sharks, and so it can be detrimental to fish for them. It can be really harmful for them. It will be like a semi face reveal. It won't be like a face reveal. I'll be wearing a mask. But no one can dox me if I dox myself first. So if I show my face, nobody can be like, haha, I know who you are. I'll just be like, yeah, so does everyone. And it's even better because I'm already on the internet. I'm on the internet in other places. That makes it sound dirty. It's not dirty. Me saying that it's not dirty makes it sound like it is. Just, oh yeah, you think you got me? Too bad. I already don't care. So much wood. All right, thank you for popping in and saying hi, Cleo. Have a great sleep and have a good night. Um, I'm not sure if I'll be streaming tomorrow. I might put it off until Monday when I get my new laptop. Plus, my siblings go back to school, and so I might just wait till then. But if I hope to see you then. Oh no, that's ew. That I'm sorry, that's awful. But yeah, have a good sleep. I hope to see you again soon. Make sure you drink some water. The same goes for you, Nox. Nox, drink water. I like the greenhouse. I like the greenhouse. Hi, greenhouse. It's pretty clearly a greenhouse. Thank you very much. You need to drink more water. You're dehydrated as hell. Yeah, but I've heard from what I understand, drinking water should help with that. At least a little bit. It's eepy time! Whoa! Okay, so do I... So 18 divided by 36, that's 2 gold each. So do I make more money by selling? Ah, that's fair, that's fair. I've got really low blood pressure, and so... Oh, it's raining. I'm gonna go into my Twitch and I'm gonna add where is it? Viewer rewards, channel points. Also, I'm gonna be making a little ticket PNG so that your channel points can be tickets. Uh, hydrate. One hundred. This is gonna be blue. And then stretch 100. Alright, there we go. If you guys ever want any... Fuck, I should not have closed Twitch. Hold on a minute, you guys are gonna have a moment of lag, I think. Okay, I'll hydrate. Oh no, that's not good. Okay, so selling things like to the people does create the same amount. Got it. Good to know. Oh, that sounds really tasty right now. Trying to decide. Wait, if I just... Oh, I think if you use your watering can in the rain, it should fill up. I fucking love Gatorade. Alright, I'm putting all my weights in the chest for Scarecrow. And my wood, and my stone, and my fishing rod, because I don't fish. Now I'm gonna go ham on these rocks. These rocks that I keep stubbing my toes on. I hate when I start stubbing my toes on these damn rocks. I really want to start a garden, especially when I move out. Buh. Want some free from college. Geode! Yes! Yes, I know what a geode is. Yes! Hell yeah, I love geodes. Cherries sound really yummy right now, I won't lie. I might just be hungry. I got myself mint and chip ice cream today. I'm so excited for it. It's um it's Baskin Robbins. So I'm really excited for it because that's my favorite kind. I'm really I'm not overly picky about my ice cream, but I do have favorites. And my favorite flavor is mint chip. Ooh, Warhammer. I really want to get into like painting Warhammer minifigs just because I really like painting minifigs. But that's expensive. And so, oh, is this the other teleport statue? Oh, no. What the heck is this? Please wait for my return at the dawn of your third year. I thought Grandpa died. Hello. I thought Grandpa died. Hello? I thought Grandpa died. Is Grandpa not dead? That seems a little silly. It's your money. That's a lot of minifigs. Or a few big ones. I don't know. I need to get into custom making D&D minifigs. I also really want to get into painting BJDs, ball jointed dolls. It sounds freaky, but it's not freaky, guys. Don't worry. I'm gonna come shake this tree because I want more pine trees. If I shake it, will I get pine cones? Ooh! Surely if I shake it enough, it'll give me a pine cone. I'm waiting for Andy to tell me if I'm wrong or not because Andy seems to have knowledge on this. I'm starting to think that it might not. I'm starting to think it might not. Now I'm questioning why I'm able to shake the trees. If I shake a pine tree enough, will it drop a pine cone so I can plant more pine trees? I'm gonna pop these in here. Oh, you can get items from shaking trees? Okay. Do you just have to shake it enough, or is it like once a day type thing? Like Animal Crossing? Oh, okay, okay. What the fuck is that noise? Whoa. I just walked into a tree. I won't lie, honestly, I've been enjoying, I think. Mmm. I see, I see. Thank you. I think this game is a lot more enjoyable when either you're playing with friends or when you have people to talk to while you're playing. But I personally don't understand. Oh, I have to. I'm gonna go broke doing this, guys. Oh no. Hold on a minute. Let me sell. Alright, and now I'm gonna. I hate this man, right? We don't like this man. This man is a weirdo, right? Ooh! Shiny. I have to immediately donate it, though. Yap, yap, yap. Yap, yap, yap. I like to kind of color coordinate mine. Do I not? I thought I got rewards. Huh? Oh, daffodil. I need that for later. This is a secret mystery mouse tool that we'll use later. I like when they're all color coordinated because it's like, yes, all of my pretty colors are together. Pierre's is closed today. I don't care about clearing up storage. Sure, whatever. Ooh, what did you make? There was something that I meant to do. Oh. I guess I'll go back to my house. I just need 10 more copper. Ooh, quesadillas. I don't like cheese, so I'm not a huge quesadilla fan, but I'll occasionally eat them. I don't like the texture of cheese before anyone comes at me. Oh, I meant to go look through the garbage cans. Hell yeah, that sounds like it's so much fun. I miss my partner. Well, you can have my cheese, because I don't want it. Alright, trash can time. Oh, look it's your boy. So the two of them are... I wasn't trying to! I was trying to talk to you! Ugh. People these days. Hello. Hi, Penny. I love you, Penny. You're so pretty. I didn't mean to look through the garbage can in front of them. Hi, Mare. Go inside your house. Ignore me. Thank you. Ignore me. I want to just... I don't care. Didn't ask for your opinion. I don't care about my reputation with him, so it doesn't make a difference to me. Green algae. Acorn. How many garbage cans have I missed? Like I said, I haven't played in years, so I don't have any memory of what any of these people are like. I just know that I like Abigail. That's what I do remember. Yeah, that's a valid reason to not like them. Ew. Ew. Where's your dumpster? I'm gonna go dumpster diving in your trash can. Oh? What's up here? Ooh. What's this? This looks like a garden bed. Where's your trash can? I want to go through your trash. There it is. Damn, okay. Okay, I think I've gone through most of the garbage cans that are in this area. I don't know. I don't know you. Hello, bus. Hello, daffodil. Oh, that's a good daffodil. Do I make any money off of selling daffodils? I don't remember. One of you is going here, and then you'll go in, and you'll go in, and you'll go in. And then I'll head to bed. Something is supposed to open tomorrow, I think, because of the rain. That's what my friend was saying. I don't know. You might have just gotten clocked. I just pat my back a ton. Go. Really quickly, I'm just gonna run a 1-minute ad break. Oh, that's really awkward. Someone just joined. Yes, become an emo goth twink. Oh. Ew. Don't talk to me. Ew. Oh, this is my final day to do it. I don't think I'm going to be able to do that in time. I really want the backpack. It's not my fault it's too expensive. I can't wait to get the sprinkler. Wait, was the sprinkler a mod? Chat, am I stupid? Is the sprinkler a mod? I'm pretty sure Clink, like, canonically isn't allowed within 400 meters of a school. He's a shitty person somehow. I remember that. Yes, that means that I get sprinklers. I want chickens. I've decided I want chickens. I want chickens, so I'm gonna get chickens. Oh, hello. The chickens are gonna go right here, right by my house. I know you do. I know what you are. I know what you are. You're one of... I like Sebastian. I think Sebastian is fun. I am going... Oh, I'm too far over. Or I'm not far over enough. What do you mean? Evangelion is the most family show ever. Totally not lying. There it is, there it is. Here we go. Ah. Hello. I wanna get... Alright. I'm in the wrong area. I forgot that I have to go all the way to the top. Oh, okay, okay. I'll be waiting. Am I stuck again? I'm stuck again. I think I really need to get the new... Oh. That's weird. Let's get out of here. All of my plants are looking good. I'm gonna grab all of my wood and all of this because I have a feeling I might need it. I'm gonna pop all of these here. And I'm gonna run over and I am gonna go, can you pretty please? Can you pretty please build a chicken coop for me? And they'll go, give me all your money. And I'll go, fine. Excuse me. Ugh. I'm the eepiest of eepers. Oh my goodness. I'm just getting everything. I'm gonna need a leek later on anyways. Oh, there was a third leek. Hold on a minute. This is not for the week. Ha. Ha ha. Hello, it's here, right? I think it's here. Hello. Will you please build me a chicken coop? Oh. I don't have that much of anything. I'll be back. I just want chickens. Is that too much to ask for? I really wanted those chickens. Ooh, carrot seeds. I want carrot seeds, so that works out. And I'm gonna plant the carrot seeds. And I'm gonna put one of these away and one of these away. And then I'm gonna need a lot more wood and stone. I'm gonna go here and I'm gonna sell these. And then I shall continue deforestation. I love the little animations for chopping wood. I think that they're so fun. Cause what do you mean? Like, I'm just a little guy. I'm just kind of jumping around. I need to chop down more pine trees so that I can get more pine cones so I can plant more pine trees. Yay! I've got one more in me, right? There we go. Did I not have to... Oh. I didn't have to... I feel a little silly now. Alright, into my savings. And I'm going to sell all my sap so that I have more money. And then I should hold on to the acorns and the maple seeds realistically, even if I don't want them. This... Oh, I can't. This is for the spring bundle. I just need... What's the fourth thing I'll need? I don't remember. There's one other thing that I'll need for the bundle. I should probably actually talk to people. Is Abigail here? No, Elliot is though. Hi, Elliot. Hello. None of these appealed. Excuse me. Oh, shoot. Thanks, OGs, for the follow. Thank you, thank you. We're glad to have you here. Welcome to the circus. Hi, Abigail. Oh. Hi, Caroline. Sorry, I'll get out of your way. Will you please move? I don't care about your opinions on me. I got cookies. Ha! Hi, Grandma. Hi, Evelyn. Hi, Granny. Please keep walking. Ignore me. I don't care what you have to say. Your opinion does not matter to me. Do they not have a garbage can? That's a tad bit annoying. I already looked in that one. I'm going back to my raccoon roots, guys. I'm going through all them trash cans. Let me in the trash cans. I don't care that you broke your elbow. I don't care that you care about me going through garbage bins. I want to go through garbage bins, so I'm gonna go through garbage bins. And you can't stop me. Hello. Hi, Sam. Listen, if you can't appreciate a little dumpster diving, then I don't appreciate your opinion. And that's how I live my life. I need to get an alert. Okay, hold on. I need to... Is it a quick timer? No. No, that is not what I wanted. Dots? No. Guys, we're gonna pretend that I'm actually really good at streaming and at Streamlabs. And I'm actually really good at all of the streaming stuff. Oh shit, I never thanked you. Thank you, I'm Andy, for the follow. Or I don't think I thanked you. If I did, then what can I say? I'm just that good. Excuse me, I am the eepiest of eepers. I don't like Joja. It sounds like a cult. Me when I pull up with the cult and everyone ignores the fact that it's a cult because it looks like a store. Or maybe it's an MLM. I just realized that my game audio is probably a little quiet. I should be getting my cat soon, though, I'm pretty sure. Wait, why does using the watering can take energy? Or, wait, I think I already asked that. Point still stands. Hell yeah! Bum. I don't have any chickens yet. So many parsnips. Yes! Look at all my parsnips! Ew. I wish you the worst. I need to go get more seeds now. I'm gonna make so much bank off of that. Oh. My bad. I was not paying attention to how much water there was. I start farming and immediately the accent comes out. It's like, oh no, you guys can tell that I'm kind of from the south. Get out of there. What are you doing in there? Okay. I guess you won't come out of there. Why are you screaming at me? Yes, I want a scarecrow. I'm trying to build a coop. Oh, thank you. I'll take the money. Wait, can I? No, I can't. Oh, it's a dandelion that I need. Hello, I would like to give you my money in exchange for goods. Oh, I cannot give you my money in exchange for goods yet. Well, I shall just go through people's trash cans then, and no one will stop me. Oh. I'm selling that. That's trash. Money. I'm really tempted to just pause this and go get my ice cream, but I'm not gonna. I'm gonna save my ice cream for later tonight, I think. Though it is kind of tempting. I better make some money off of this. The water is still there for when the cat's here. Hello, are there any more goodies along the path for me? Goodies! Goodies! Specifically a dandelion. Hello, goodies. Goodies. Hello! Hello, Linus. Ignore me, I'm looking for goodies. I respect him living in a tent like that. You know what? Hell yeah. Okay, but these aren't what I need. Oh, is the mine open? The mine's open, but I don't like mining. I don't really want to go mining. I'll pop in and skip that really quick so that I have the sword, but I really don't want to go mining right now. Hello, Linus. Bye, Linus. Oh, I got really excited for a second because apparently I have no clue what dandelions look like, and I saw that and was like, oh my gosh, it's a dandelion, when it was in fact not even close to looking like a dandelion. I think I should get a first coop. Yeah. I think I should get a first coop reward where like I can discount. That's the word. I forgot the word for discount. I'm very good at English. Hello. Hello, Daffodil. Hello, I have goodies to sell. Please take my goodies. I'm gonna get 5 parsnip seeds. I'm gonna get 5 more potatoes. And do clove? Oh, okay, I'll hydrate. There we go. I got vitamin water. It's nice and yummy. Is cauliflower worth it? Parsnips seem worth it to me just because of the fact that they grow so quickly. Oh, hello! Hi, Abigail. Oh, I'm not trying to gift you that. That's awkward. Hello. Yeah, it is Friday. Oh, would you like some cookies? Ha! Oh! Is it worth it though? Does it sell a lot? Okay. This hopefully is worth it. Because I just spent almost all of my money on this. I'm just nervous that I'm gonna run out of time in spring. But I should be fine. I'm just a farmer. Looking after my crops. Excuse me. I can't wait to get the sprinkler. That'll make things a lot more bearable. Because I think watering is one of the worst things in this game. Okay, here's my cauliflower. Hopefully I won't regret this. Because that was really expensive. Am I able to make fertilizer yet? I am not. There we go. Everything has been watered. I'm gonna chop down some more trees. Wow, that was a lot of butterflies in that tree. I apologize. I don't care about acorns. You are not my tree, the tree of my picking. Okay, I think there was one more. Yeah. Of course, that time I didn't get any drop-ins. Hello. I really need that scarecrow recipe, and I need it sooner rather than later, please. I know you're not supposed to sell the acorn seeds, but I don't care. Don't care, did not ask. And my ViewTube is not working anymore. Ah. Okay, I should be back again. Sorry. I just clicked off of that and onto OBS, the curse of OBS. I have my game minimized so that I can read on my screen at the same time. Plus, I find that in this game it doesn't make a massive difference. Hello? You're green. Oh, wow. Why are you blue? I yearn for the mines. And by that I mean I want copper. Hell yeah, carrot seeds. I'm not sure why those were just kind of... Oh! I'm just too good. What can I say? Hello! Ha! Gotcha. getting better at fighting these guys. Nope, I lied. Guys, I'm so good at fighting these guys. See, I killed him. I'm so good at fighting these guys. Mind your own business! Gosh! The worst, I tell you, the worst. Alright, so I have to dig now. As a child, I yearned for the mines. Oh, there it is. Hello? Why do some of them have the little spot on top of their head? Surely, surely, surely. Oh, hello. Oh, wow. Okay. Cave carrot. Hardwood. I know some hardwood. Sorry. That was a bad joke. Gosh, guys, I need fortune on my pickaxe. I need fortune on my pickaxe. We're moving on from my joke. Oh, mind your business. Let me live. You're the worst. I hope you die. Good. I have no clue where this is gonna be, and I'm gonna be really frustrated if I have to go up to find where this is, because, oh, there it is, okay. I'm on 4. I'm so close to getting to level 5. Oh! That one wasn't even hidden. There we go. Dead. Just how I like it. Nope. I'm out of here. See ya, suckers. I'm going back to my home. I'm going back to my farm. Should probably hold on to the cave carrot because I'm pretty sure I asked for that in one of the bundles. But I can also sell it to make money. Okay, so I don't get anything for that. Wow. Okay. I gotta 1, 2, 3. And then I'm gonna 1, 2, 3. I am also confused as to what happened now. I had to donate it to Gunther. I must sleep. Scarecrow! Fertilizer! Kiln! Cherry bomb! Woo! Look at that money! I'm almost at what I was at yesterday. $50 wood, 1 coal. And then I go here and I make it. And I'll put it right here. Yes, I know! Oh, yeah, but that was... I ran out of time for that a bit ago. And so, plus I want it for myself. I want to be selfish with it. Gosh, I forgot how expensive that is. Okay, yada yada. There's a sticker on my laptop and the plastic is peeling off of it. Why are you... I have to water all of my plants. When do I get a sprinkler? I hate when I accidentally double water because it takes up my energy. Like, why would I want to do that twice? Think about it, game. Hello. Hi, Tanuki. Hello. Welcome to chat. Welcome to chat. Oh, I'm out of water. I used up all of my water. Gosh, my farm is getting big. Sure, some of it was me double watering, but I wasn't trying to. I'm playing Stardew for the first time in like forever, other than like yesterday. I want to get better at it so I can be better. There is... Hold on a minute. Is it this one? Oh, that is so nice. Thank you. Oh, hello. I have to go up so that then I can go and meet the wizard. I know that much. Rat problem. Rats. Hi, Harvey. Hi, Harvey. Hello, sailor. Unfortunately, he's not dateable, apparently. I found this out the hard way when yesterday I was playing with my friend and I was like, I want Harvey. And they broke the news to me. I don't think there are any rats here. I don't smell any rats. That's not a rat, that's an apple. Man, dyslexia core. I have the best humor. I have no clue what anyone is talking about. I need to go to Gunther now. And I have to go here, look at my pretty rock. And then I have to figure out where I want to put it so that it's color coordinated like it should be. Harvey is dateable. Oh my goodness, he is. Oh, thank goodness. I want him so bad. Hold on, now I have to look this up. And I don't think that they were trying to keep them to themselves, because I think if Harvey was dateable, they would have told me, because we were both going after... We're both going after, Abigail. So... He is! Hello, sailor! Okay. Okay, hold a minute, I have to figure out his gifts. Bok choy. Oh my goodness. Okay. Okay, thank you for opening my eyes to this information. She is so real for that. I too like eating rocks. He likes pickles. He likes pickles. He's a man after my heart. Harvey is a man after my heart. I'm very easy. I love pickles. I know that Abigail likes amethyst. Okay. Well, now Yippee! Oops, Streamlabs jump scare. That's so freaking cute. I love him so much. I don't care for wine, but that's alright. He can have all the wine in the house. That's so sweet. Ah. I need to get a keg, guys. Chat, we need to become winemakers now. I need to get 4,000 monies though. And I'm gonna go fishing. I think that would be good. You guys can see me suck at fishing. Apparently he likes leeks, which I think is funny. I don't want to chop all the trees yet. I'm scared to chop all the trees. So, plus I need to get money, which is part of why I want to fish, because I know that fishing makes good money. Okay. Trying to think, how many trees do I need to chop to get that? I like that of all of the things to have like very strong opinions on, it's leeks. There, now I have a little bit more wood to go towards chicken coop. Leeks are for George. Okay. I can change the color. Organized. Wow. There's so many things. I need to sell my sap. Um, okay, so I'm gonna need a lot more stone. I need 100 stone, so I need 50 more stone, and I need about 230 or 130 more wood. And then I am able to get um sorry. My brain fog is brain fogging. And then I need to get more money. Hello, ladies. So that I can go ahead and money. Hello. I found a lost book. Oh. Okay. I thought for sure that was gonna be like Elliot's or something. Muscle! Muscle? I don't have a lot of those. I'm a streamer. Ooh, is this a clam? Oyster. Clam. Wait, do these have something, or are they just... They don't. Okay. Okay. Ugh, allergies. Time to go fishing. And be really bad at it. Oh, come on. Wait, the shiny spot, the sparkle spot's good, right? Hold on a minute. Ooh! Ooh! Okay. Got you. Oh. Please be a kind fish. Welcome back, Knox. What did you have? Ooh, flounder. I'm getting better at it, guys. I'm getting better at it. Flounder! Wow. Big flounder. You didn't miss much. You missed me finding out that Harvey is dateable and then proceeding to get very excited about the fact that Harvey is dateable. Oh, hold on a minute. No! I want a treasure. Yeah, he's dateable. Oh. He's so freaking cute. I love him. I'm trying really hard to get my Line account back because I had it on my old phone and then I wasn't able. I think he's cute both personality-wise and personality-wise. Or fuck, appearance-wise and personality-wise. Line, like the app, the messaging app. And so, hello? Lobby, look in the garbage can. Yeah, personality-wise and personality-wise, that's definitely what I meant. Sam? Uh, really, you would choose Sebastian, Knox? Wow, who would have ever known? I definitely would not have. I need to fix my channel points so that they're correct. I need to make them into tickets so that you guys can get admission tickets to the circus. Fishing rod proficiency. Oh, I forgot to sell my fish! Fish! Fish. Yes, it's raining! Damn, okay. Hello, wizard! Oh, wonderful wizard. My carrots! My carrots! My potato! Or my beans will hopefully be ready soon. You want to force me to sing, huh? Is that what's going on? I don't care for vaping. I'm not a huge fan of smoking, but I'm more willing to put up with it than vaping. Though I don't really like either. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. I'm planning on taking actual singing lessons as a class for college next semester. I think I'm going in the right direction. Hello, frog! Oh, frog goes in the water. Oh. Okay. I'm fairly neutral on weed. I'm not a big fan of the smell of it, personally, but it's better than other options. Is this it? There he is. Hello, Mr. Wizard. Yap, yap, yap. Now I shall go back to where I was. My chat is related now. That is a weird ass noise. Oh, and my ViewTube isn't working again. I wouldn't say that's the best idea, but you do you. Hmm. Yeah, that's fair. You should probably talk to your doctor about that then, though. Hello. Everything you have is far too expensive for me. Well, everything that you have that I would want. Yes! I'm able to finish that one now. That's fair. Doctors are pricey. Trust me, I know that all too well. I am disabled. Yippee! I have a cardiologist appointment soon, so hopefully that goes well. Why is it making weird noises? One, two, three. Okay, okay. Thank you for the hydrate. Gosh, I've nearly finished the bottle. Yeah, I also have heart issues. I've got low blood pressure, and so it doesn't work. So my heart has to work too hard, and then it freaks out, and it goes bum 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 bum, and it makes me feel really faint. Excuse me. Hello, Mr. Clubhouse. Please come here. Thank you. Dum, 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 dum. Yippee! I don't know what that does. Oh, it just gives me seeds. And it unlocks more stuff for me to give. Wow, how kind. Whatever, now I have more seeds for my garden. Hello, little guy. Okay. This is a lot of things that they want from me. Hello. Oh, that's not good. Is it better to fish when it's raining? Is it like Minecraft where you have better luck with fishing when it rains? Man, I really want to play Minecraft. Ooh, okay. Maybe I will play Minecraft. I'm not sure how well Minecraft is gonna want to run for me, but since I'm not using my VTuber, it should run smoother. But I don't really have a world that I want to play on right now. Oh, hello, Sebastian. Yep, that's me. Now I'm gonna run all around the beach. Oh, okay, that's interesting. The fish are very particular then. I respect it. Now it's hard to tell where the sparkles are. Are there always sparkles? Huh. I shall fish. Sorry, I have to like lock in whenever I fish because I'm really bad at it. Okay, I got an anchovy, but not a sardine. That's the worst. Alright, I'm gonna fish one more time, and then I'm gonna go back to my farm and plant the seeds that I got. I'm rage quitting fishing. What the heck was that? I did it right when there was the exclamation mark. That's stupid. Oh, daffodil. Hello. Does Harvey like daffodils? He does. Is he in his office? Oh. Where might he be then? Is he at the pub? No. Where is Harvey? Oh, that's not good. I wish you the best. Hi, Abigail. Let me find, I have to find where Harvey is. Schedule. On Sundays. Okay, so he should stop by the saloon at some point, if Google is not lying to me. But it is also the Wikipedia, so I'm willing to trust it. Well, I hope you're able to manage it well. I think that would be good. Ugh, the weird noises are happening again. Oh, thank you for the follow, Crive. Archive. Throny Crive? I don't know. Thony or Crive? Okay. Hello! Welcome to the circus. We're happy to have you here. That's good. I'm glad that you're doing that. I'm planting these today because I don't have to water them. How many days do these take to grow? Oh, that doesn't tell me. Me? Or the new person? Hello? Chive? 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'm gonna sell my fish. And I'm gonna sell my daffodil. And I'm gonna sell my sap. And then I'm gonna go back. I shouldn't have sold the daffodil! Gosh darn it! I'm a buffoon. Oh, another book. Oh, there's another daffodil. Okay, thank goodness. Thon, you already have a nickname. Please be at the saloon. Please be at the saloon. Hi! I have a gift for you. Sure hope I'm still ghosty. Alrighty. I think after tonight, I'm gonna call it a night because I am tired. And so I need to actually get some sleep. Plus, I'm also working on business cards. You could be evil. See, how much money did I make? Okay, not horrible. I was hoping for more, but you know. Excuse me. Nee. Let's see. I want to check if I do have harvestable goods. That's gonna be fun for when I come back tomorrow. Okay. Uh, oh. Hello? What? Hello? Why is this not working? Sorry, guys. Okay, I'm going back here. Okay, I have to time you out for... You're getting timed out for 30 minutes, or 25 minutes, which works out well. No! What did I do? Oh. Timed out deletes their messages. Bye everyone. Um, you got to witness me panic. My panic was enjoyable, was it not? I feel as though my panic tends to be enjoyable to the masses. Let me go ahead and figure out who I'm gonna raid. So thank you guys all for hanging out with me today. I'm glad that we could hang out. I'm gonna send you over to... I think I'm gonna send you over to Kaya. So have a good night. Be kind. Say hi. Hello? Alrighty. Be kind. Have a good night. Have fun. Use my emojis. And I shall see you. Bye. Bye, everyone. Bye-bye. Bye.